the content on Amino and Steam, and I browse the forums sometimes, making sure all the questions go answered. And I'm your go-to if you have any questions. I'll get you to the person you need to answer.
I'm Napalm, right along with Princeton over here. I'm just one of many moderators who will be keeping an eye on everybody playing, making sure that the game runs smoothly and everybody's able to have fun. So enjoy.
All right, now that we have introductions out of the way, we're going to walk through character creation. So, how do I want to do this?
You can go ahead and run through it, and I'll go ahead and...
So, what you see right now on the screen is the starting state of our character creation screen. It generates a random pony with a random name and allows you to select different colors for the mane, the eyes, the fur, or coat, the tail, and you can select a talent mark. So you'll notice that it's a foal. Who here finds this new? You all remember back when it was an adult. Well, we recently pushed out an update, and I think Rattletrap might want to talk about it a little bit, with foals.
Yeah, we introduced foals before our final, I think we introduced them before our final OSW.
We introduced them right at the beginning of the LAR.
Right at the beginning of the limited access release, yes. For about a year, we did a limited access release where we had a number of dedicated testers come in and go through the game and run through and tell us all about all the bugs they found and what we needed to fix or change. We've gotten a lot of good advice from those folks. When you start the game now, you'll start in the full stage. And even though you go ahead and pick a talent mark when you're setting up as a foal, you do not see the talent mark on the full stage in-game until you actually get to the point where you grow up. We have a set of quests when you load in where you will see a notification that says that you should go talk to your teacher, and there is a NPC nearby with a quest marker on top, the nice bright exclamation points. And if you go talk to your teacher, you will have the option to run through a couple of talent mark quests or a couple of full quests. So we've got a sequence now of full storyline in. And you can stay a foal for a while. At this point, foals can still level up quite a bit, just like the adults, but they are going to be a bit more limited. There is going to be a ceiling, so eventually you do want to grow up. We also have quests that are adult only and foal only.
If I remember correctly, the foals can't participate in combat?
They can do combat,
so we changed that.
But they're limited. They do not have the full range access to all the upgrades. And if the audience wants to, we can see about creating a character and head in.
Does anybody here have a plushie or badge on them with their OC and all of their OC's colors on it? Raise your hands high and tall. Wonderful. A lot more than we expected. So, I think, Ben, why don't you do the honors of picking one?
Or do we want to go with random
More than
names?
250. No, not 250.
Oh. Yes, you leave it to me to be the human relations. This way, if they kill somebody, it's going to be me.
Exactly.
Because I'm the most expensive on the team. Okay, very good.
We can do a hard
That
party.
way. Right there at the black pumpkin. My brain does not want to work. The one with the, gosh dang it, the plushie. There we go.
That one.
The pony plushie. Yes.
All right, come up. Everyone give a round of applause. All right. So that's a unicorn from what I can see, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Rattletrap.
No.
Red and black alicorns.
Actually, it's got brown, green, and
All right.
green.
Brown. All right. Pass it over to Rattletrap, and we'll try to recreate it. Or actually, put it right on that table right there. There we go. Perfect.
For hybridization.
So, Rattletrap, mind walking through the different options and explain them a little bit?
Alright, so looks like yep. Alright, so looks like we have, is your OC a mare?
Oh, yeah, she's a man.
Okay.
Alright.
So we have the stallion option and the mare options. So we're going to start with the mare. And we have a unicorn right there. So we would want to go down here. We have the options for Earth Pony, Unicorn, and Pegasi. Each of them has their different pluses and minuses. You saw me running around as a Pegasi earlier, so I have the flight option, but I'm going to run my stamina out pretty quickly. Unicorns actually have an option to teleport, and Earth Ponies have a longer stamina, so they can run and run faster than any of the other ponies. And there may be a few additions down the road later, who knows? We still have a lot of content to add. And let's see, so we've covered that. We're going to go on the next screen. If you click these tabs down here, your first screen defines what type of pony and what gender. Your second tab is going to define your size of the pony. We can make them larger or smaller within a certain range, and size of the horn. Yep, that is actually working. It wasn't for a while. One of our mini bugs that sometimes I don't know what's been fixed. Now this screen over here allows you to change the color. You can go through the color gradations and figure out what coat color you want. I've got a brown there that looks a reasonable approximation. The R, G, and B values that you see here are red, green, blue color values. If you know the color values of the pony you want, you can go ahead and manually enter those. There is an eye style. So the foal doesn't show a whole lot of difference, and we'll go with the basic eye style. The secondary color is going to be the eye color. What's our eye color? We've got blue there. Okay, so we're going to go down to the blue. Now let's see, lighter? Yeah, mid-range. There we go. Yep. And then we're going to go to our mane and tail style screen. You can scroll back and forth. Let's see. Back up.
A little bit better.
Not that one. That one?
Yeah, that one.
Yep, that one looks close. All right. So, and tail style, we got now you see how I'm swinging this around by simply holding the left mouse button down. I can swing the character around and look at them from different angles. And let's see if we can find, that's going to be too small. Got a lot of different mane and tail styles there. We'll try and get one close. And we'll probably be eventually adding more.
That one's good. I'll pick that one.
No, I don't think that one's going to match. That one just plain?
No, I mean, yeah, that one.
That one. Yeah, there we go. That one comes close. All right, then we're looking at gray and green for our mane and tail colors.
Before anyone asks, no, there is no eloquent option. No, we are ever going to add an eloquent option. Please stop spamming our Twitter account, our Tumblr account, our Facebook account, our email.
Instead of maybe adding eloquent, I want moderated and a pony monk.
Maybe give you a little more green on the mane and the tail. Because I've got a 3-color tail there.
Text space RP.
We'll blend it out. Does that work for you?
What's the name of your OC?
Yeah.
Oh, Rosetta.
All right.
Predecessor.
Rosetta Springer's her full name.
I'm
All right. So I can go up here in the box and manually enter a name. If I can and spell right, which I didn't.
Basic races and few races.
Alright.
If the player played long
Is that
enough,
it?
or reached a certain experience or level, or
And I'm having trouble spelling today.
using role players, we allow them access to changeling, sea pony, fey
All right, and then.
As I am aware, we
Talent
do
bar.
have,
A rock?
uh,
Is that
Oh,
your-
yeah, it's a mountain.
A mountain.
Rock
Okay.
mountain. I use the mountain in the game.
hey Rattle.
Yeah.
As I'm aware, for races outside the 3 we currently have, I think we've been considering adding a few, but other than that, we've made no real plans to add them. It's more of, we'll see as we get there. Right now, we're more interested in fixing all the bugs we currently are aware of and adding some of the content that's been queued up from our writing team for ages now, since like years ago.
Yeah, adding more races is a very, very complex thing because in order to balance gameplay, you actually have to have origin areas, you actually have to have to balance all of the attacks and abilities of another race if you're going to add them in, and you have to have all the mechanics. There's a lot of programming work as well as straight Unity implementation and scripting and building models and texturing. You also, if you build a new model, building a model, 3D model is complex in and of itself, as Blood can tell you. Then you have to have somebody who's going to texture the model. Basically, they've got to skin and make it look like it belongs in the game. Then you've got to weight paint and animate and rig the model before it can be brought into the game. And from there, you've got to have all the programming to support it. So at this point, we're not planning to add anything new in the way of extra races. There are thoughts of it, it's been tossed around, but there is nothing that we can say that we have any concrete plans for adding new races.
We have a question up here in the front.
Yeah. Like, are the alicorns only for admins or
No,
developers?
there are no alicorns in the game.
There are no alicorns in the game.
And I saw
Other than a
one
few
question in the
statues.
back. Was that you?
Yeah, that was me. I walked here.
All right. What's your question?
Excuse me for my ignorance, but how can you get this game?
This game is available on our website, www.legendsofequestria.com, and it will be under the downloads tab.
That's
You can
www.legendsofequestria.com.
download it right now on Windows, Mac, or Linux.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions, real quick?
Hold on. To anybody who's wondering, if you have any ideas or wants to actually implement them to the game, I know a friend a long time ago whose name is Fearnor, and we did not have the Crystal Kingdom. That's the name, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So the Crystal Kingdom was never planned to be added in until like long time later. But since he was so into wanting to make the Crystal Kingdom, we accepted him on the team as he made the entire thing by himself. He made the entire thing modeled, textured, and added in a lot of other details into the whole scene just because he wanted to.
All right. You real quick.
Dumb question perhaps, but there's not player versus player in this game, is there?
There is a PvP area, and in the Heartlands, there's a very small one. In the Heartlands around Midway Village, we have teleportation to the PvP area, which is its own separate area. You, real quick? Yeah.
Are you going to add extra locations like in the...
Right now, I can mention we do have one new location we're actually going to showcase during this panel, and we have another one in the works. I can't tell you much about it other than the fact that it will be pretty cool, and I think you'll enjoy it. Rattle. Are we considering adding custom talent marks?
No.
No.
That is way too complex. It's easy enough to put a talent mark in the game, but it is incredibly complex for us to go ahead and have the time to vet, to check them out, to make sure, and it is
It would
an
be
issue of
impossible to moderate.
time and resources to make. And
Haha, very funny.
as you see, I've started logged into the game here. And normally, if I were a brand new player, you would see a script that comes up that says that you should go talk to your teacher. This teacher for the unicorns is Starburst Nova, and I have no idea why I had targeting on LOE for the moment there.
As you can see, we have our mascot LOE up there. Everyone say hi. We actually had a plushie made by our very own Rattletrap for sale at the charity auction, and I think it sold for $1,055. So, yeah. Question in the back. Use the laptop? If that's a laptop?
Yes.
All right.
I was just curious if there were any like significant changes in the plan for like the combat and dungeon exploring, or if that's relatively out of scope to say.
Have there been any significant changes to our dungeon or our combat? Dungeon exploring mechanics.
Yes. Yes. Bramblewoods.
We have added Bramblewoods, a brand new dungeon that is currently located in the Heartlands. It is what we will be showing off here in a second once we get the basics out of the way. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into growing up. I'll let Ben and Rattletrap handle that.
I can go ahead and just jump it straight to adult. If you want to do that.
So we're gonna go ahead and cheat because we have the master programmer over here who can go ahead and get the filly to look like
And
a
it's
full
going to be a
full.
moment because, let me see. Nope, we already did that. Okay, never mind.
Yes, right here in the
This is
front.
already on.
When it comes to dungeon or doing dungeons or playing it in more classic MMO style,
That bug you just experienced is something we saw during our limited access release. It is very loud, so if you're wearing headphones,